Hello everyone, this is Grade 5, Module 6, Lesson 27 homework. For number 1 it says use the RDW process to solve word problems below. A says there are 36 students in Mr. Meyer's class. Of those students, 5/12 played tag at recess, 1/3 played kickball, and the rest played basketball. How many students in Mr. Meyer's class played basketball? So the first thing I have to do is I want to draw a tape to show tag. So there were 12s. And when I draw this, there are 5 of them. So 5/12. Those are the ones that played tag. Now, the ones who played kickball were a third. And again, this whole amount, the reason why I'm making it the same is because we're talking about the same 36 kids. So this one was a third. And I know that the rest of them played basketball. So what I have to figure out now is there a way for me to add these two together to see who is left over? And I can partition my kickball, because it's thirds, into 12s by taking each of those thirds and breaking it into 4. Now I'm working with a common unit of 12s, and I see that 4 of those 12s are shaded in. So if I have 5 and 4, that's 9 of the 12 who are playing, which means there should be 3 left. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this to show you and move my kickball up into this tape. So I have 4 here. I'm going to put those up here. And we see that we have 3 left over. So 3/12 played basketball. But that's not going to help us because it's asking us how many students. 3/12 of the students? Yeah, but they want an actual number. So if I know that all 12 of these equal 36, I want to know what's inside of one of these. So I would do 36 divided by 12. And that would get me 3. So now I can go in and put 3s in all of these if I wanted to. And the ones that aren't filled in, 3, 6, 9. 9 students played basketball. So that's just using my tape diagram for it. Now down below, I'll get you started with this one. Julie brought 24 apples to school to share with her classmates. Of those apples, 2/3 are red and the rest are green. So I know that this whole represents 24. That's 24 apples. And 2/3 are red. And this third, the rest, is green. So what I want to first figure out is how many red apples and how many green apples. So I know my whole is 24. It's broken into 3 parts. So I want to find out how many are in each of those parts. And there's 8. So for red, 16 red, 8 green. And that's going to help me out because it says Julie's classmates ate 3/4 of the red apples. Well, okay. So what I'm going to do now is I know that red is equal to 16. and they ate 3/4 of them. So I need to figure out how many, and I'm going to figure out how many are left for that. And for the green, I know that there were 8 because it's right here in my tape, and they ate half. So I need to figure out what's left because that's my question. How many apples are left? So for the red ones, we have 4 boxes, 1, 2, 3, 4, that equals 16. So I want to figure out how many go in each box. So I'm going to divide by 4. And I know that 16 divided by 4 is going to give me 4. So they ate 12, but there are 4 left over. Over to the green side, there are 8 of them, 8 apples, and they ate half of them. So I got to break 8 into 2 equal parts. And I know that means dividing by 2. And that's going to get me 4. So they ate 4, and there are 4 left over. So when it says how many apples are left, there are 8 apples left. So let's take a look over at page 2. And here we are on page 2, and it says write and solve a word problem for each expression in the chart below. So I have to write a word problem, and then I'm going to solve it. So I'll write 2 of them, and I'll try to solve one here. So the first one says the expression is 144 times 7/12. So I'm going to come up with a word problem for this. So there's my word problem. Alicia had 144 apples. Her class ate 7/12 of them. How many apples did her class eat? So I want to know what is 7/12 of 144. So my solution for this would be I could either do fractions, and I would multiply that across. And I know that I can kind of cancel some of these out. I know 12 goes into 144 12 times. So that's going to get me 12 times 7, which is 84 over 1, or 84. That's my one way I could do it. I could also break this apart into a tape diagram. And I'd break it into twelfths. And I know all of them is 144. And I know I'm looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I would have to divide 144 by 12 to get each, and then multiply that by 7 to get how many there were for 7. So there's the model, and I also did one using multiplication. Let's slide down to the last one, 3/4 times 36 plus 12 in parentheses. So I'm going to write a word problem with this, and I'm going to be a little bit more, not a story problem, just in word form. And I'm going to say 3/4 the sum of 36 and 12. And there it is right there. And then I can go through and I can solve this out. So I have to do 36 and 12 first because they're in parentheses, and I know that in my word problem I have to find the sum of this first. 36 and 12 is 48, and then I can multiply that by 3/4. So again, I see that I can do a little bit of reducing or canceling, and I'll end up with 36 over 1, which equals 36. And just because they're fun to do, I could do a tape diagram because I'm trying to find 3/4 of 48. The whole amount is 48. I want to find 3/4 of it. So I would divide 48 by 4. and I'm going to end up with 12. So that's 12 in each. And I know I had 3 of those, so 3 times 12 is 36. So a couple different ways to do it with the multiplication and then also with the tape diagram. Hope this helps. Thanks for watching, and good luck on the rest of your homework.